Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeannie and this is Get This Glowing, and in this video we're going to be talking about the perfect wedding makeup palette. That's right, the perfect palette for the bride, the mother of the bride, and the wedding party. So if you want to hear all about that, then just keep on watching. We're going to be getting into it right now here on Get This Glowing. Guys, I'm so excited because Amanda over at it's Amanda, Becca at Becca's Beauty Channel, and Joy at Joy's Beauty JAWNS, and I are teaming up. And that way we can give you a better breadth of choices that we each think would make the perfect wedding palette. You know, it's bridal season, and even though all of this craziness is going on, a bride still needs to have her moment. I don't know if you know, but my daughter is getting married. Oh my goodness. And so I have a wedding on the brain right now. And so she is, oh my God, bless her heart. She's trying to figure out the venue. She's trying to make plans, trying to figure out how the people are going to travel, where we're going to stay. And, you know, I'm thinking makeup. Of course I'm thinking makeup. I'm thinking I need to lose 10 pounds and I need to be thinking, what is the perfect palette? What's the perfect makeup palette for the mother of the bride? So, whether you are the mother of the bride, or you are going to a wedding, or you are the bride herself, we are teaming up to let you know what we feel like would be our top 5 picks for the perfect wedding makeup palette. So, if you want to hear what those would be, or if you just think that you might like to know what our top 5 most romantic palette would be, then just keep watching. We're going to be getting into it. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about the people that is going to be in the collab. So of course, you know my good friend Amanda over at It's Amanda. We do a lot of Team Up Tuesdays together and I just love her. And then of course my friend Becca over at Becca's Beauty Channel. You know, we've done a lot of collabs together and I love her. And then I have a new friend, and that is Joy at Joy's Beauty JAWNS, and Amanda has teamed up with her quite a bit. And I am so excited to be doing my first collab with Joy. So don't forget to head over to each of these ladies' channels and give their video a look, a like, a share, and subscribe. So let's get right into the video and talk about these palettes that I have for you. I'm wearing one of them on my eye today, and guys, these are some of my favorite palettes for a romantic look, and I took this from the perspective of, if I was a makeup artist and I was doing the whole entire wedding party, and when I was a cosmetologist, I did do weddings. I did mostly hair for weddings, but I would do weddings and I loved doing updos for weddings. And so I kind of took it from that perspective. If I was going to do the whole entire wedding party, what would I take in my kit that I would think would serve the whole entire wedding party, whether it was the mother of the bride, whether it was the bride herself, or whether it was the maid, matron of honor, all the way through the entire wedding party. You know, all the girls, no matter what type of look they wanted. Did I have 5 palettes that I thought would look great, would serve to look great on that entire wedding party? And these were the 5 that I came up with. So let's start out with what I'm wearing on my eye today. And that is one of my favorite palettes that really can complement any look, no matter what color dress you're wearing, no matter what style dress you're wearing, no matter what your age. I think that this palette really brings it and can complement anyone. And that is the NATASHA DENONA. This is the Mini Glam palette. It comes in at a $25 price point. It really is worth the money. The formula is superb in this little portable, wonderful palette. And it really gives you a lot of options. When it says it's Mini Glam, it means it's Mini Glam. This is the entire palette swatched. The only shade in this palette that is the slightest bit chunky is this shade right here. And that is the shade that's on the end right here, this lightest one. But this makes such a gorgeous inner corner highlight. It is just beautiful. I'll just come in and let you see it. I love the look that I get from this palette. Every time I wear this palette, I'm just blown away by it. I love it. This right here is what I wish the Camel palette would have delivered. The next palette is also a NATASHA DENONA Mini, and that would be the Mini Retro palette. What bride does not want to have a pink blush eye? I know if I was a bride, this is most likely the palette that I would pick. One, because it has a green in it that's just absolutely gorgeous that will pull the green in my eye out. But this is just absolutely beautiful. And it is so pretty, the way that the green catches the light. Oh, it is so pretty. I love this palette. And every look I've ever done with this has just turned out so good. The formula is really good in this one. I think this one would hit a home run with any bride, or mother of the bride, or anyone in the wedding party. So this one's just gorgeous. This one's coming in at $25. You cannot go wrong with the Mini Retro. The Paris Edit palette. This palette is gorgeous. So in this palette, you have a lot of peachy toned pinks. You have the purples, you have some dusty mauves, you just have a lot of colors. You have the wineberry tones, but you can just do so much. This has a lot of the Norvina feel to it, so you know, it's really a gorgeous palette. And I just think that the formula is so good in the VISEART Edit palettes. So I wanted to pick this one. You could do a lot with this palette. I couldn't leave out the Paris Edit from VISEART. It's just too good. And I think a lot of people would really gravitate towards this one. A no-brainer that has to be in the pool is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pillow Talk Instant Eye palette. So this gives so many options for so many people just to have a quick, easy, neutral, peachy, coral eye. I wanted to have something that had peach tones, had the warmer eye tones, because it really complements blue eyes so well, because you're going across that color wheel and you're really going to make those blue eyes stand out. And I really needed a palette that was going to have that aspect to it. And so nothing's going to do that better than the middle of this palette. That little Charlotte Darling palette is great as well, but this palette is going to have that Charlotte Darling in it, plus it's also going to have the real pink tones if someone wanted that. So I felt like I was getting more bang for my buck by just going ahead and pulling the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. So I grabbed the bigger of the two. Endearing Love by Sydney Grace. This palette, one of the best palettes that anyone could buy. You've got so many color options in here. You've got a dark color for eyeliner. You've got these light colors up here. You've got deeper colors if someone wants it for accent colors. You've just got so many choices here. And you've got cool and warm tones. So no matter which direction you want to go, you've got it in the Endearing Love palette from Sydney Grace. Plus, the Sydney Grace formula is just absolutely wonderful. So I really wanted to pull this palette and have that option of the Sydney Grace formula, all of the colors. You've got warm, you've got cool tones, you've got darks, you've got lights. All of the looks that you can do with this palette, they all are wonderful. The looks turn out great. The colors blend great. This is a fantastic palette. So I wanted to pull this one as well. And then I have one more bonus palette. And I could not leave this one out. Although this palette is really, really expensive. You can't, if you have this palette, you really have to put it in this video. You really can't do this video without talking about the Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. You just can't, because the shadows in this palette are so wedding friendly. Because they're just beautiful. So I think that most brides, if they saw this palette, if they were a makeup enthusiast, if they were into makeup, this would probably be the palette that they would want their makeup to be done with. I don't know that, but I mean, whenever you think about this palette, you just have such pretty colors to choose from, and then these really pretty, beautiful special shades that you can use to complement your look. I think that you definitely have to consider this palette. I most definitely cannot do this video without considering this palette, because this special shade for me, pink coral peach being my favorite color, I mean, I just can't do the video without talking about the Divine Rose. It's so beautiful. It has such beautiful special shades. If I were getting married, I definitely would most likely pull from quite a few different palettes. I know I probably would not use just one. I would probably use the mini retro palette and then maybe put a little bit of a special shade from a Pat McGrath in with it. I most definitely couldn't talk about a wedding palette without mentioning the Divine Rose. I just think it's such a beautiful palette for a wedding. It's sort of understated, but yet there's special shades in it. I really thought I had limited myself to 5, and then I realized that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with the Pat McGrath I have 6. So I didn't realize that I had 6 palettes. So, whoops. What is your perfect wedding palette if you had to choose? If you were getting married tomorrow, if you were going to a wedding tomorrow, if you were the mother of the bride, if you were the bride herself, what palette would you choose? Do tell. I wonder what that would be. That would be interesting to know. There's so many good palettes out there. I wonder what it would be. I wonder what the other ladies are going to choose. Yeah, I'm anxious to see. Do you like going to weddings? I love going to weddings. I think that they are extremely fun, especially whenever there's a good reception. I love it. I think that weddings are a wonderful time to be had by all. So, I really, that's, you know, it's kind of sad about the whole COVID. But, yeah, I hope that the virus hurries up, and I hope that we find a vaccine soon so that everything can get back to normal and we can start having celebratory receptions, and we can start back gathering soon and meeting with people soon. That would be so lovely. So yeah, but if you had to choose a palette, what would it be? I look so forward to hearing from you. Let me know what your choice would be. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel but you would like to be, all you gotta do, it's really easy and it's free. All you gotta do is smash the big red subscribe button down below, and while you're there, don't forget to hit the post notification bell. And I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Smidges, everybody. Bye bye till next time. See ya. Bye.